did. That is to improve modulation and signal. So thanks. Oh, that was kind of you, but I have learned from the shot the computer doesn't like this environment. I can catch it, of course, recorded, but nah. Thank you, though. I trust your judgment a little bit enough from you. I don't have to go exactly minimum from 100% modulation. As long as I'm comfortably on AM and my signal overrides whatever noise is on a band, I'll be happy with that.
TK.
Alright, I'm going to change my antennas. That was on the loop I was on all the time. You bring it over to the isotron, or what's left of it, that is, and see what do you call it, copy is. Tune up and I'll be right back.
I made it.
Okay, there you have it. This is the isotron as I modified it. It's a project, of course, an ongoing project. So there you have it. I don't think I'm comfortable as much as I am on the loop, though, for the moment. I guess it really sucks.
Fine.
I took a didn't I?
Time.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to make any good from the LC here. There you go. But I go negative now, so I got to lower the mic in. There you go. There you go. Much better. Should be a couple of dBs better.
Fine.
All right. So nothing else is going on tonight. Well, we're up against the fan. I think propagation is changing. And, yeah, it's close to 7 o'clock. The conditions are, I think we're getting a wind from here in a day or so. Could be that. Who knows why. Speaking of who knows why, this is WB2HJK.
Two.
All right, enjoy. I'm going to probably get out of here because I think one of us are heading to dinner anyway. Good to hear you, though. And for those listening, my best to you all. Stay safe. Billy, I'll catch you maybe later, maybe tomorrow. WB2BTK, as always a pleasure. WB2HQ. 73rd.
Hello, George. Before you get out of there, Billy. KD2AFL, just saying good evening, and don't eat too much of that pizza, Billy. Watch that cholesterol now.
I'll catch you later.
We're here.
Yeah, you might seem like you're gonna float away. Those cholesterol numbers might be high. But you're a young guy, so you can handle it. I can't eat that stuff. I can eat it, but I gotta watch it. Boy, shoot my cholesterol up real high. So that's what happens when you get old. All right, Billy. Take care, man. Still at the airport, man. Too much work. Look like it ain't gonna never get done. But that's good for me. All right, 73s, and enjoy that. You said hamburger. So enjoy. Right now, I got a nice cold Corona, and I messed up, Billy. This says Corona Premier. I should have got the light, like I always drink the light. This one doesn't taste too good. I don't know. Maybe maybe I gotta sip it a little bit more. I don't know. But I just picked it up and like, let me try this. Never seen it before. Never heard of it. But I should have stuck with the light. So take care. Sounding good. KD2FL, the OT368 transmitter.
TK.
While he go grab the pizza, I'm just gonna say good evening to the band. Whoever can hear me out there, don't know what this thing is doing. This is KD2AFL, New Jersey station, and I will be listening.
Boy, there's a voice out of the past. Where you been, Daryl? WRA1 UQM, Mr. Big Switch.
Well, I've been under the weather a little bit. I'm not sick, but my son passed away, so he was 32 years old about 2 weeks ago. And been working on the job. But, you know, I had the radio on, but I just didn't feel like talking. But I said life goes on, and I got to get back to it. So here I am. So how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing just fine and dandy. God, I'm awfully sorry to hear that, Daryl. My sincere condolences to you and the family. 32 years old. My goodness gracious. Man, that's a shocker. That is a shocker. Yeah, I was just thinking the other day I haven't heard you on the air for a while. I just came into the ham shack, and when I heard you on, I fired things up and give you a big shout and see how things are going. But boy, that's sad news to hear. Well, my good friend Nick, KG2IR, he lost his son a few months ago over the summer, 2 or 3 months ago now. He was 50 years of age, a professional airline pilot, and Nick and I are very close, and that was really heartbreaking for him and the family, and for all his friends to hear that news. Yeah, pretty sad. Yeah, before you told me that bad news, I was gonna make a bit of a joke with you when you were telling me you opened up a Corona, and I wanted to be specific. That was a Corona 19 or just plain Corona. But yeah, I understand Corona sales are way down because of this pandemic. People are funny. I wouldn't drink a Corona, I don't think. just because I'm superstitious, but you never know. Well, I'm delighted you got back on and try to get back to some sort of normalcy. Hoping you and the family are holding up okay. But very, very sorry once again to hear that. And I'll turn it back over to you. This is Jim in Connecticut. I'm sure you got my name okay. And I don't know if I have the big clunk on this morning. I'm not running the 610. I'm just running the homebrew rig, and it doesn't have that signature as the 610 that you used to always compliment me on. And I haven't heard your clunk in a while either. Back over to you. KD2A AFL WA1UQM.
Yeah, Jim, I appreciate it. Well, I have my moments. I think about, the things that we're going to do. Like, we have plans for North Carolina because I could retire any day now, but I was planning out and waiting until I'm 62. And, build a house down there and, I need him around. I need him for the big transmit. I'm getting a Gates BC1T. Robert is doing over for me. And I said, well, that gets here, I'll call him up. He'll give me a hand. So, I think little things like that, But, I don't know. But, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Yeah. Family took it hard. And, like I said, I have my moments. He wasn't sick or nothing. None of that. But, he was in a car accident a month. He's taking painkiller pills. So I think it's something in that order. Autopsy, going to take 6 to 8 months, because of all this corona mess, and they backed up, and I don't know. They sent out to another lab, and state got to get it, and, it's a process now. So, I don't know. Not sleeping too good, but, I don't know, just one of these things. So I figured maybe I just better get back on the radio. Which I got back on the other night before last. So, but I've been listening, guys. But Jim, yeah, I don't know if you can still hear the clunk. This this thing ain't been on in a while.
What's up,
but,
guys?
the big old clunk. Yep. All right, Jim. Well, you're sounding good down here, and this corona, I'm thinking about going back to the store and get the other light. This is like too heavy for me. And I really don't drink beer. This beer, I must have been drinking a beer in about maybe 8 months now. So I just had a taste and just get my mind off things. Let me walk down the street. But, all right then. I'm going to get out of here and go back down there and take this back because I don't like it's too heavy. It's too heavy. I got to get the light. So, take care, Jim, and it's a pleasure and always good to talk to you. This is KD2AFL. I'm turning right back to you.
Hey, Daryl, it's K1KBW. Sorry about your loss. Now how you feel? I lost my son to a truck driver. He was 34 years old. Sorry to hear that, Daryl.
And make sure the code date is up to speed. They try to keep an eye on that in the stores, but sometimes they miss it. So you might have a good beer, but it might be a little skunked because it may be outdated. So check the code date on the beer when you buy it, either if you go back and get some new beer because it has been selling that well. So yeah, very good on the Gates transmitter. Well, that sounds exciting. Well, the best thing you could do, I guess, is try to get back to some sort of normalcy and get on the air with your friends and try to, I know it's easier said than done, never having been in a situation like that. Nobody can tell you how you feel. But I'm just wondering if you have any other children than your son. Go ahead.
I have one daughter. She's 26, and I only had him, so he was my only
a spicy
son.
jalapeno
But I have a grandson,
hamburger
3
and
years
some
old,
French
and
fries
a
here.
granddaughter, 8. So they make me happy.
Finish
It
the
was
burger.
funny. At the church at the, was at the church, had, reviewing the body and everything, and my little granddaughter came up to me and said, "I never seen Pop Pop cry. Pop Pop is crying." Oh man, it was so funny.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah. Well, crying is a healthy thing.
Hold on a minute.
For sure. Man, I hate to have to run into you with this kind of news. But my prayers and thoughts are with you and the family and your daughter and your grandchildren, and it'll take time for sure. We're looking forward to talking to you more on a more happier note. It's going to take a while for sure, Daryl. But certainly good bumping into you, and I look forward to doing it again. And anxious to hear that the Gates transmitter on the air, and we'll talk further down the log about that for sure. So you have a wonderful evening, wonderful weekend. Take care, God bless, and we'll definitely say a prayer for you and the family this evening. KD2 AFL W81 UQM. Good night to you.
Hey, Daryl. K1 KBW.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Good. KB1 KBW, the man with the loud audio.
Yeah, sorry about your son, Daryl. I know how you feel. I lost my son to a drunk driver. He was 34 years old. It's tough.
Yeah. It's. I went to work, last week, and I made it through. Made it the whole week. And it was okay, I had my little moments, but I said, hey, I gotta, snap out of this and get things going. But it's getting better. It's getting better now. It's just that now I wake up 3, 4, not sleeping. I'm sleeping, but not like I'm supposed to. But I get up thinking about them, But I guess that'll wind down on me. But it's just something I gotta go through. But it's just one of those things, and I'm just dying. I'm just dying. I just can't wait to find out what happened. But it's like 6 to 8 months or whatever. I don't know. That's what's bothering me. I want to know. I want to know so bad. Because he was healthy, no drugs, none of that kind of stuff. But he was in a car accident, and he was taking those painkiller pills. And I heard that he was, asking some of his cousins for some, I don't know if he ran out. I don't know if he went on the street. 32 years old, I don't know.
No, I'm not. I have no green screen. I'm using the RTX broadcast.
I just can't wait to find out.
It just came out.
But I don't know. But I'm just going to move on and let things roll. That's why I'm on the radio talking. So I figured, hey, let me use the radio. Got to talk. I'm sorry to give this news out to everybody. I'm very sorry, but, I'm okay. I'm trying to stay strong. I'll just keep praying and ask God to let me live through this.
Dude, I haven't even been keying up. This is
all
bad.
right, then. So, let's get off this note. And I can't wait till I get I'm kind of excited about this Gates coming. So Robert been sending me pictures of this thing. So I can't wait till it get here. I'm gonna need 4 or 5 big guys to bring it in here. So tell me how you been doing.
Yeah, pretty good, Daryl. Just still building stuff. I'm drilling and blasting right now. I heard you in there, and figured I'd get back to you. I hadn't talked to you in a while, and I heard what happened, and I, just want to let you know it's, something that's really tough, because it happened to my son, my second oldest. He was 34. But yeah. So we're just drilling and blasting away, and just trying to keep the old bones busy here, Yeah,
I hear that. Yeah, I've been trying to get to the Mustang for the past 2 weeks. No, 5 weeks. I was gonna go. I brought a new intake and another top loader transmission I want to put in. So my cousin from Virginia has been coming up last week, and he couldn't make it, so I ain't gonna do it. Maybe next weekend. I want to do it before this weather change down here. We've been still getting mild weather down here, so, but I ain't gonna last long. But I don't know. Got that top loader, man. I'm excited about that transmission. All right then, I'm gonna get out of here, and I gotta go back down the street. I don't like this beer. I don't like this Corona. It's called Corona Premier. It's kind of heavy. I should have brought a Heineken. It remind me of a Heineken. All right then. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna come right back. I gotta get to the store and change this beer. It's too heavy. Don't like it. And so I'll be right back.
All right.
It's 730, Daryl. Yeah, and we'll catch you a little bit later. Gotta get back to drilling and blasting here. I'm putting the handles on the front panel in my new transmitter here, so I'll be listening though. I think I heard Billy in there. 7-3 K1 KBW.
K1 QAR portable.
Decent. You hear him?
It's too piss weak here.
Hey, Bob, I didn't realize that about your son. Geez, sorry to hear that. That's news to me. How long ago was that, Bob?
What do you mean, fish?
Oh gosh, it's quite a while ago, probably 7 years ago. Yeah, you got
Yo, Tommy, what's up, man?
driver. Drove into Long Island Sound. The driver got out, but he didn't.
Oh man, that's horrible. Jesus, I'm surprised I didn't hear that. If I did, I certainly don't. It's certainly something I would have remembered. Man, that's horrible. Oh my God. Oh man, you never get over that. That's for sure. Well, it came to a big surprise, a big shock when I heard Daryl say that. You just never know. You ask somebody, "Hey, how you doing? Haven't heard from you for a while. How's everything?" And then you get that bad news, and it's kind of like a real shocker. But we haven't chatted for a while, Bob. So good to hear you. I wonder what you're building.
Oh, another E-rig. I got it started out, I was, doing a, because I got the 10 Fed H rig, and that doesn't have an overload shutdown in it because it's an early rig, and, oh shoot, I just backed into my radio here, and so I decided I'm going to build a
O'Malley chassis and plans on building another car, and it's been here for 2 years.
I don't want to mess.
Ever get back into it, I'll probably do it turnkey. It's a lot cheaper that way.
I'm in the process. I'm building the RF deck now. I got it about probably about 60-70% done. I'm putting the handles on the front panel right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you do your own own cutouts in the panel and stuff, or do you send it to a machine shop, or do you have your own? I think you have your own machines.
Yeah, no, I do it myself. I got a drill press. Yeah, I have a lathe too, but you don't really need a lathe, but it's nice to have one. But I use the hole saws, and I cut out the holes for the meters, and drill all the stuff, and it's time consuming, and it's not easy work, because that hole saw, man, that makes a racket too when it's cutting through there.
Yeah, I know. Well, I met a guy who I had to have something cut out. I forget what I was working on, and I know a guy that's got a machine shop, and they cut it out with a laser. And man, they set that machine up, and it just cuts a perfect hole, rectangular, circular, and about as clean as you could possibly imagine, effortlessly. And I don't mind them slipping them some money for that, because there's, in my judgment, Bob, there's not a lot of gratification out of sawing metal. I mean, I appreciate working with wood, but metal is quite challenging and very unforgiving. When you're dealing, I always say that when you're dealing with wood, there's wood filler and shims and things of that nature. You can camouflage your mistakes. But metal, there's kind of like no second chances, if you know what I mean.
When you're drilling holes in the heatsink to mount the FETs and stuff, and you snap a drill off in there, or a tap in there, you might as well just hang it up.
Yeah, K1 KBW, WA1 UQM, transmitting in downtown Simsbury, Connecticut. Yep. Well, you're sounding good. Well, good luck. Just about all done with that rig?
What'd you say? Am I all done?
Yeah, you're just about all finished?
No, I got probably about 10% more work to do on the pulse width modulator. It's all in the case and everything. The front panel's all done. All the knobs are on it and everything. I just gotta, and Steve's boards are in there. I just gotta wire them. All I got basically, the power supply's wired up and it runs. I just gotta run the wires from his boards, to the power supply. So it's at least 90% done. All right, so let me get started on the RF deck too. So I got the heat sink and put the aluminum angle on each side and one on the bottom, mounted it to the bottom piece and cut the bottom piece, front panel, cut the holes, mounted the meters, mounted my variable capacitors. One's a vacuum variable, and the other one's a 5-gang bread slicer, and then a small single gang bread slicer for the antenna tuner, or the input tune. So that's all mounted. The meters are all on it. Knobs are on it. Front panel's done. Well, almost. All I got to do is I got to drill 4 holes in it and mount the handles. And I just went to Lowe's tonight and got the handles. They're the stainless steel ones for they use for drawers. And they got some beautiful handles, man. They got nice ones there, and these are really nice.
Yeah, I have some of those in my shop. They are quite handsome. They kind of look. I like the pewter look more than the stainless steel. The pewter look is a real handsome finish. Now, I'm just wondering, out of curiosity, is you building this for yourself or someone else?
No, it's for myself. I want to use it on my upstairs station. I have another Flex 5000 upstairs that I use in my upstairs station. And I got the amplifier. I got the AL1200 on that. I mean, that's okay, because I can use it on sideband, but I want an E-rig up there too. So I'm basically building this. I could use the H modulated rig, but I wanted to have the overload shutdown, and so this way here, if I have any problems, it'll just automatically shut off. The H rig is fine, as long as you run them right, you don't have any problems with them. They don't blow up unless you do something stupid. But with the overload shutdown, even if you do stupid stuff, they still won't blow up.
Yeah, do you use any? I know you have heat sinks, and those MOSFETs generate quite a bit of heat. Do you use a low blower squirrel cage fan, or any kind of fan assembly with those MOSFETs?
No, I don't need a fan because they're 95 to 97% efficient. There's hardly any heat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess those heat sinks are pretty big, though, if I'm not mistaken, but I guess they do the job. And if they're running efficient, they don't get that hot. Yeah, I don't know if I'd have the patience to build one of those. I would love to have somebody build a Class C rig for me, as neat as the work you do, or the two guys that come to my mind that build Class C rigs that proficient and nice looking are you and Wayne. Speaking of Wayne, I haven't heard Wayne on for quite a while. I haven't heard his voice on. But, I think Wayne just built his last one, and I think he sold it. But I know Wayne loves to do that stuff, and I've seen your work, and your work's outstanding as well.
Yeah, well, I take my time. I'm in no rush, and I figure there's no sense in rushing things, because all you do is back yourself in the corner, because there's no set rule on where to put stuff. I'll sit there for hours just with the parts, just moving them around in the case. And of course, you got to build a case too, and then you move the stuff, and that ain't gonna work. You put this over here, then I need that lead's gonna be too long, so I can't put. I got to move it over here. I got to push it over here a little bit more, until I spent hours just figuring out exactly where I'm gonna put everything, and then I mark it, and then I nail it, and I put it in the right spot.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. That's part of the fun of building and the creativity and the layout. And, yep. Well, I'd be very excited to see the finished product. Definitely ship me some photos when you get an opportunity. I'd like to see it. Even like to see it now. During the stages of assembly. Sometimes that's quite interesting to see it. Work in progress, as they say. I'm not going to stick in here too long. Good to hear your voice. Wonder how Bobby's doing. I guess they've had their share of bad weather over the summer with hurricanes and rain and wind and all that good stuff. And then, of course, in Connecticut, we've kind of in a mini drought here, as you know. I bet we haven't had a total of 5 inches of rain total all summer. And I hate to go look at the reservoirs, but I bet they're in pretty tough shape. My sprinkler has been working overtime this summer, and I always feel guilty when I spend the money to do it. But summer's almost over now. The grass looks beautiful, but boy, we could use some rain. So maybe we'll get a busy snowy winter, and that'll help with the aquifers and the reservoirs.
This NVIDIA broadcast program is fun as hell.
Oh, about another 10 minutes or so, I'm going to turn on. I think we have another rally at 7:30 tonight. I don't know where that man gets his energy, but Lord bless him. He's our age, and, well, I guess you're a little older than I am. I'm 74, but the president's my age, and you talk about high energy level with the flying and the appearances and the appointments and oh my goodness gracious, and I don't know how this guy gets any sleep, but nobody will ever accuse him of being low energy, that's for sure. He's an inspiration to all of us at that age set, saying that, well, if he can have that much energy, why can't I?
Oh, when I transmit, it's muting? Not
but
good,
he does
not
a lot
good.
of brain exercises that I'm not capable of doing. Not even close. Bob, take care. Say hello to Bobby.
He's got that young wife, keeps him going.
Next time, and maybe we'll catch you on over the weekend. Thanks for popping in. K1KBW, W81UQ in the downtown center. Good night, Bob.
Very good. I think we heard Steve in there. So, he's like the Energizer Rabbit. The one thing you can't say is, that's how he made his money. The guy just doesn't give up. And I was funny the other day. He says, He says, you don't want somebody falling asleep on the job. He says, you want a president that's going to work his ass off for you. And I thought that was great, because he damn sure does. But, hey, people don't like him. They don't like his personality. Well, that's all well and good. But that doesn't negate the good stuff that he's doing. Just because you don't like his personality, that's too bad. There's a lot of people I don't like, but they do good things. Anyway, yeah, you can go to my website, Jim, and see this rig here. I just built this about 8 months ago. I had it up at Nearfest. This is a dual band 8160 digital drive, pulse width modulated. And Steve put up the pictures for it. There's about 10 pictures, nothing technical, just pictures of it as I was building it and stuff. And when I finished it, you go to k1kbw.com and you can see the pictures of this rig I'm talking on right now. It came out really, really nice. And this one here that I'm working on now is every time you build something, you get better. Like I say, practice makes perfect. Anyway, 7.3s, Jim. We'll let you go, and we'll catch you later. Go to my website, take a look at this transmitter here, k1kbw.com, and we'll catch you later. 7.3s. WA1UQM from K1KBW.
Yeah, okay, Bob. I think I did that once before. I think I do have pictures of that rig that you're talking about. But we'll definitely get on it again. And I'm not sure which Steve that is in there, but if it's Steve, I know. Hello, Steve. If that's QIX Steve, but it could be others. So good night, Bob, and we'll talk again very soon.
Hi, Jim. It's me, Steve, QIX.
Hello, Steve, QIX. How are you?
Pretty good. Just wanted to say hi to you. I'm doing a drive-by, actually. I'm in the middle of something. I heard Bob in there, and wanted to say, oh yeah, I guess there's another rally tonight.
Is everything else working okay? Because I changed a lot of crap
trying to steal this election,
here,
and there's so much vitriol out there.
Everything is different right now.
It's amazing.
So, I know you can't hear me when I transmit, but
well, anyway, I'm not going to get into it all.
Sound alerts working, all that
but
crap.
Man, oh man. I'm getting harassed I'm literally getting harassed by people because I like Trump. I mean, people in my family.
Yo, what's up?
It's really something. So, I don't know.
Hold your ground.
Yeah, hold your ground is right. Yep. Well, it's funny. On Twitter, they were saying that Amy Barrett. Oh,
Crap.
She's a racist. Oh, yeah, she's a racist. She got like 7 kids. 2 of them are black. They're from Haiti. She adopted them. Yeah, she's a racist, all right. When people say stupid stuff like that, that's when you look at them and say, are you stupid or are you on a different planet? It's unbelievable that they'll call this woman a racist. I mean, that's just dead wrong. And that's what I go by. I go by facts, okay? They're on Twitter calling her a freaking racist. Give me a break.
Well, make sure I'm not double. They figure most people aren't going to check the facts. They're just going to believe. They're going to believe the left-wing mainstream media. Well, if the mainstream media says she's a racist, she must be.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody saying, Biden wants to go up on your taxes. Well, I didn't hear that. Well, what are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? He's tape of him saying, I am going to raise your taxes. I am going to get rid of the Trump tax cuts.
Yeah, I'm not really digging this.
It got him on tape saying that. What the hell more do you want? And what are you going to say? It's not true? When the words came out of his mouth and they got him on videotape saying it? You can't defend that. It's undefendable.
It's not what I want to talk about.
I always pray that things will get better before they get worse. But there's just so much hatred out there.
Not much to QSY too.
Tension and anxiety, and I never experienced it in my lifetime. I know that. I know during Vietnam, after Vietnam, I think we started to see a decay in a lot of things. But I always say, during the 50s when I used to ride my 57 Caddy and have my arm out the window, one hand on the big steering wheel, driving down Main Street, feeling a sense of what it was like when I was a youngster in 1957, when gasoline was 20 cents or 25 cents a gallon, and your mommy would tell you, go next door and borrow a cup of sugar from me, or get some milk.
What?
Eggs. And little things like that we take for granted. But man, how things have changed. And I don't know if we'll ever get back to what I consider a new normal. So anyway, Bob, good night. Steve, thanks for
It worked because it was too fast
by.
for my
Sorry I didn't make the Lonely Guys night this morning. I listened for the first 45 minutes or so. It was a very interesting topic indeed. And I was usually get up earlier and check into the pre-net with Mark, but I was kind of on standby with Samantha, whether I was going to pick her up or not, because Bobby went away for his birthday. But anyway, I couldn't stick around, but it sounded like it was a real good net this morning. So 7-3, gentlemen. We'll talk to you, God willing, tomorrow. Have a good evening and a nice weekend. WA1QIX, K1KBW, WA1UQN.
Yeah, okay, Jim. Yeah, we did. Definitely missed you on the net. So yeah, try to get in. Yeah, it was a good topic. That's for sure. All right, I have to sign out here too. Actually, I got to continue with what I was doing. I will be back in here later, but I'm going to be out for probably an hour. We got to cook up some food and do a bunch of other stuff. I just got back from a Lake Association, Homeowners Association get together, and I got some stuff to get done. So we'll catch you guys later. And yeah, I don't think they're stupid, Bob. I think they're dishonest. I don't think it's out of stupidity. I think it's out of dishonesty. All right, catch everybody later. WQX got a sign.
Yeah, very good, Steve. Yep. Yeah, I just can't understand it when people on videotape saying, I'm going to raise your taxes and I'm going to get rid of the Trump tax cuts. And people are saying, oh, I didn't hear that. Well, just because you didn't hear it don't mean it ain't true. It's true. He said it. They got him on videotape doing that. And that's what I go by, facts. If you videotape the guy and the words, he's mouthing the words, are coming right out of his mouth. It's definitely a fact. You can't dispute that. But they'll say, oh, no, that's not true. He didn't say that. Yeah, okay. They got him on video. See, that's the thing. They got video. But the thing is, they figure people forget and have short memories, and they won't remember that stuff. You need to keep playing it over and over and over and over again. I'm going to raise your taxes, and I'm going to get rid of the Trump tax cuts. And we're going to go to socialism. Oh, yeah, that's what we want in this country. Yeah, right. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, catch you later, Steve. K1KBW.
You're free. They're going and that is, we're not going to raise taxes on anybody making over $400,000 a year. I heard that. But that is not, they always say that, but they don't do that. They raise taxes on small business owners and people making a whole lot less than $400,000. Clinton said the same thing. We're only going to increase taxes on the wealthy. Well, let me tell you, my tax rate went up to 39.6% because I owned a small business, and that's what they did. They lie. All right, see you later.
Yeah, and here's the thing. People in little businesses are people that have people that work for them, and they hire people. And when you go up on their taxes and they have to lay off, guess what? Now you ain't got no job. Yeah, that's right. Go up on all the people that have small businesses and tax the snot out of them so that they lay everybody off. Now you got no jobs, and they send all the jobs back over to China again like Biden did for the past 47 years. All right, 7-3, Steve. Catch you later. K1KBW.
That?
What the hell is what?
Please.
Oh yeah, I just looked up at the display. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. It's up around 90 or something. Or or 92.
Oh.
It's some guy out there calling for his wife out in the field.
Oh.
Yeah, he wants to bring her in and milk her. Oh, by the way, Billy, I got a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
No, it's nothing bad. One night, I forgot all about it. I heard you telling somebody that, you know, I hear KBW and he puts a lot of bass in on his voice. You know, that can't be, he must be adding that in there. No, that's my voice. If you talk to me in person, I sound the same thing. I can walk up behind somebody at Nearfest, and as soon as I open my mouth, they turn around and say, "You're KBW. I recognize your voice from the radio."
Good.
Yeah, well, it's not added in. I mean, this is what I sound like in person. You know, I got a very, very, very low voice. Actually, a pretty good radio voice, but and so does my son Bobby. His voice, his and my voice are pretty much the same.
B.
Yeah, he does too, and so does Steve STH. Yeah, me and Steve STH, Dave, you know, and a couple other people got very low voices. A lot of people don't, but you know, and it's probably from the years of smoking
thanks for the
that
bits,
I did. I
dude. I'm glad you're having a good time.
7 years of smoking, that gives you that rumble.
There you go. Yeah, smoking gives you the rumble. I heard Dave and your guy, Dave.
I heard the replay of you and Timmy last night. It was kind of entertaining because I missed the first thing. I have 2 words. Free enterprise. Not capitalism. Free enterprise. Don't be duped into using that term, capitalism. That's a bad term. Free enterprise. That is all. W2VW. Everything should be free, KC2RDW.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is. It's either capitalism or socialism, and no thanks to socialism. I fought against that in the service, and I'll do it for the rest of my life as long as I'm on this planet. Don't want no socialism or communism in this country.
I think you were fighting for Domino's or against Domino's.
Oh, I don't know. Who remembers? I don't know. Well, look, I can remember what my name is. I'm going to be 76 in a week. Yeah, just over a week.
Man, what's that like?
I'll tell you, it ain't fun, Dave. It is not fun. You know, it's at least I'm still building stuff. Matter of fact, I'm drilling and blasting right now. Right now, I'm cutting a bolt, and I'm putting handles on my power, on my actually the RF deck. Power supply modulator is just about done. So I'm cutting a bolt right now because I go to Home Depot. I get those nice handles that they got. The stainless steel.
Dude, I'm
ones.
sorry. I have to do a little more adaptation.
You know, they're for drawers, but they look nice.
Get my transmit audio on here again. I changed everything.
I gave up drilling and blasting. I was working on a project, and I said, "That's enough. I'm done. That's it." Popped open a beer, which I don't do when I'm working on stuff, and that's it. And I turned this on, and I heard you guys. That's what you get. Sometimes you're better off with just a beer And maybe the dog. Oh, there, sorry, I was tuning up the antenna. Evening, guys.
Good evening, yeah. Yeah, well, I got to have at least 1 or 2 beers when I'm working on stuff, but no more than that, because then you get stupid. But got to have like 1 or 2 beers, and your hands get nice and steady, and you get into your work, and you just keep on going.
Well, everybody's different. I don't know. My stuff doesn't look perfect, but it does work.
That's all that really counts, I'm anal though. My stuff's got to look good, and it's got to work, of course, too. But it's got to look good. Otherwise, I don't like looking at it.
Yeah, it probably drives you nuts if it's not perfect and you see something wrong with it.
Yeah, and I've been building so much stuff over the years, and of course, it's like anything else. Practice makes perfect. The more you build, the better you get.
Why don't you build something that looks like crap just for fun?
I thought about that, Dave. I said, one of these days, I'm going to build a piece of junk that works.
There you go. Hi, Chris, and everybody else. My transmitter is stable. What the hell is wrong here? The world's going to end soon, folks.
Yeah, it must be. If everything's stable. Wow. Huh. Well, mine's pretty stable. What's it doing? 6 amps, 6 amps, 6 amps, and 6 amps. Yeah, it's got the 4 6s. It's working.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, Billy.
I rigged something up so you can hear what I'm saying while I'm transmitting, but it's not super awesome.
Did something blow up on you?
No, I changed everything around. You would probably know what the hell I'm talking about if I say this. I switched from running, I have 2 PCs here that I use for streaming. One has the SDR, one does the streaming, and I was using an NDI input over my network before, but I switched to a capture card and audio from this Pro Tools sound card, but I tapped the audio from a point that's like post TX muting, and I didn't realize it. So I fired up the stream, so now I got a Y off of a point, earlier in that chain. It's too many adapters and too much crap to do quickly, so I just I kind of janked it here.
The more parts in the past, the more things will break on you. So who heard that rerun of Timmy and Bob last night?
I heard it live, and it was a pretty good exchange, actually.
That's what I was going to say. I missed the original one, but I thought that was pretty good because it landed up with, you need to check your facts. No, you need to check your facts. Okay, I'm going to go check my facts, which is what everybody needs to do, is check their facts. Because there's a lot of bullshit out there.
Got that right.
Yeah,
that's all I go by is facts. I go, by facts, period. What else can you go by? You can't go by what they're saying on TV because, they're all bullshitters.
They got a little...
You gotta go by
W2BTK.
what they got on videotape. Those are facts. You can't fake that. But, is that the one where I told Timmy he was watching Looney Tunes?
I think that was
he said a lot of things, but it was a good exchange, though. You got to admit.
And if you're going to talk about politics, you have to be civil and know you're not going to agree with somebody unless it's just one of those cluster deals where everybody agrees with everybody else, which is what you hear on ham radio. It's a total waste of time. When you get somebody that doesn't agree, you can actually learn something, hopefully.
Well, right. See, man, there's 2 sides to every coin, and and Tim held his own. He had his own point of view, which made sense too. There's more than one way to look at a situation here. Unfortunately, I'm with KBW. I like Trump too, but but anyway, I'll just back out of here. K1 GTS, but that was a good one there.
I agree, except for the part about liking anybody. I don't like any of them.
Well, that's true too.
You have to decide what you want them to steal from you. That's what our choice is. Anyway, you know what? After this election, things are going to get really interesting.
Oh, no matter who gets in, it's going to be interesting. Regardless, it's going to be a shit show, but whatever, it is what it is, right? K1 GT.
W2 very weak.
Hi, Victor.
KC2 RJW. Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Biscuit, what's going on?
Can you figure out how to not tune up on top of the QSO every time?
That wasn't me. What are you lying for?
Hi, Mikey.
Hey, Billy. I can't believe I'm being accused of such things. I'm too MDX.
Don't make me make my dog poop in the street in front of your house again.
It's alright, I'll stick your face in it. Hey, Billy, what's going on?
Not much. You know, just eating spicy jalapeno cheeseburgers and using my ham radio equipment.
I'm business, old man. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Mikey. You gonna stick my face in dog poop, really?
Nah, that's such a beautiful face. I wouldn't want to do that.
Besides, it would fill in the potholes.
Hello, AMers.
Good evening.
Yammerers.
No, I listened to AM today, and all I heard today was George. George was out there all day.
George gets out a lot better than he used to, so he's working it, Mikey.
I got the Sennheiser on this FTDX 5000. Hopefully it sounds okay.
What?
Hey?
Huh?
Can't you get the 5,000 to go a little wider than that, though, Mike?
That's Mr. Chris.
Yes.
Hi, Chris.
Good evening, Mike. How are you this evening?
What's going on, man? You sound good there, buddy.
Good, thank you, sir. Can't you make that 5,000 go wider? Isn't there like a 3-button hold-down trick or whatever? I think you could probably get that thing to sound better if you wanted to.
Yeah, Dave said he knew, and he didn't want to tell me.
Well, yeah, it's $6 for the issue of CB Tricks that teaches it.
Huh. Well, Dave,
Take it over to Earl in Bayville. He'll wideband it for you.
Earl, because Earl had to die. Na.
listen, I'm going to carry this 80-pound radio over to your house, and maybe you can modify it for me, Dave.
Oh, yeah, I got an anvil here. I can haul the anvil up about 6 feet and drop it on it.
Oh, man, you're such a nice man. What's wrong with you? You wouldn't do that to such a top rocket radio, would you?
A what?
A rice rocket. My rice rocket.
It's not a rice rocket, it's a rice box.
Got rocket.
Which used to be a derogatory term like boat anchor, but now it's a term of endearment.
Nothing wrong with that rig. That's a good radio.
It just needs a little adjustment.
Yep, it's all
Needs to be
this up.
brighter on top on AM.
Little tweaking, and you'll be good as gold.
So, Mikey, you want an audio report?
It's alright. But I can tell you, I've been listening to a lot of 73s out here on AM, and that little radio, I got one here, not too bad.
What?
Yeah.
73, isn't that what you say at the end of a QSO?
7300, yeah.
Well, the problem with 7300 is its bandwidth is stuck. And you only get so much out of it. And it won't modulate over 90% positive. So it's kind of like unleaded AM, and there isn't a damn thing you can do about it.
You getting that, Billy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, if you need to get on AM and you can't do it with a, you know, something else, or you don't want to get a 6300 or an Anon or a boat anchor, then yeah, it'll get you there. You can make the scene, but you're going to have to carry yourself with your people skills and interesting conversation, because the audio isn't going to do it.
Yeah, I'll make an EQ for that. You're going to make me want to buy a SDR radio, you know that, right?
Yes, excellent, Chris. Well said.
Well, the Lockwood 500 yet to be released might compensate for poor conversation skills.
That's it. They need to make a radio that will compensate for you being a total jerk. I should get one of those myself. W2VW.
I think Phil was working on something that was not... It was along those lines. It was more of a de-snacker, though, just so you could, like, eat Doritos out of a chip bag while you were on the air and nobody would know. Might sell more. Who knows? W2BTK. Okay.
There you go. Look on there.
A downward X snacker.
Yeah, the de-snacker, downward snacker, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even sure what the operating principle is. All I know is that, like, if you want to be a secret fatty on the air, you can do it.
Have you ever seen Phil?
I heard he's like 8 feet tall.
Phil is like 6'5" or something, right? And he looks 20 years younger than he is, and he can stand up straight. And he's a really, really nice guy, you know, and all that stuff. Well, what the hell's he doing hanging out here?
I don't know. I don't hear him that much. Like, you know who I heard for the first time in months? I heard Brian, WFV. He keyed up for a little while, didn't say too much. But, like, a lot of the people who I used to talk to all the time aren't, like, around a lot.
Yeah, well, that happens, you know. I guess people get disgusted with the Civil War that's on this frequency and the other crap. Like, you and me.
For the other crap, because I have no friends.
Well, I don't care.
You're so angry today, Dave. That's great. Did you have a good day?
No, actually, Mike, I didn't have that great of a day. I'm working on a project here, and I'm trying to get someplace with it, and it's frustrating, but I'm taking a deep breath. I'm not going to get angry, because angry doesn't get you anywhere. And, you know what? I'm going to get it done. And when I get it done, it's going to work, Mike. It's going to work really well, Mike.
What are you building, or did I miss it already?
It's called SOB. You know what Big Blue is?
No, I think it's an IBM supercomputer.
Tell them what Big Blue is, Bill, because this is Son of Blue. SOB.
Big Blue is, a.k.a. Papa Smurf, is an amplifier that is based on an iMac YC156, which is like an MRI tube. It's kind of a weird skew, but it's basically a tube with handles. Imagine the guts of a 3CX15 stuffed into a, well, like, you know, with the anode of a 3CX5, and lots of airflow. And Big Blue was based on that, built in the early, or sometime in the 90s, I think, and it started out as a 20-meter monobander, and then like a year ago or so, it got a band switch, and now it's a 160 through 10, you know, very, very, very double quintuple plus fine business legal limit transmitter. Or amplifier. I didn't mean to say transmitter. It's an amplification unit.
Isn't that the same tube that yours is built? Or is that yours that you're talking about, Billy?
Yeah, I'm running Big Blue right now.
Oh, okay, so you're trying to replicate that stunt there, Dave.
Not necessarily replicate, but it is built with the advantage of things learned along the way and parts that are still left over.
Ah, very interesting. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, see, Dave built Big Blue, and now he's building the SOB.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you built that. Oh, this all makes more sense now. Okay.
And Mikey, who probably left by now, he's probably off looking at cars or motorcycles or guns. But if he's still here, he helped carry Big Blue into my house when I first got it.
Yeah, that was something else there. You know what? You're pretty good, Dave. I'm actually looking at ammo for my guns. So you're that's right, boy. What do you got, a camera in my house?
I can't tell you the answer to that, Mike. Actually, if I had a camera in your house, I don't know if I'd use it.
You would like to. Well, never mind.
I'm surprised Mike didn't just haul that thing right on his back and just walk it in the door.
I tried, but I was like, oh no, Dave. That thing was heavy.
And that was minus the power supply, which weighs a lot more than what we carry.
Am I still 6 weeks?
Yes, you are. And you're still... What do they call you?
The wrecking ball.
That's it, the wrecking ball. You're still the wrecking ball. So even if you're piss weak, you're still the wrecking ball.
If anyone can pick this amplifier up off of the ground as it sits here right now, you can have it.
Yeah, I need Big Blue.
Yeah, you put Big Blue on that loop antenna and make sure you got a video camera going, but keep it away from the near field because it won't work.
Well, how many watts do I need to design the antenna for?
1500 PEP.
That thing would be throwing like corona rings, like a cartoon that shows radio waves in the air, like bing, 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 bing. These blue-white rings.
W2 very weak.
I got a condenser that'll handle about 10 kW.
KC2 engine.
Yeah, TK.
It's windy.
I tried.
What happened to Bob?
GU-84Bs.
Well, this audio situation is not good over here. I'm pretty good about like audio chains and stuff, and like that was a problem that I did not foresee. I was just like, oh, I'll just receive audio here and pipe it over to my computer, but I forgot about all the muting on transmit. Now I need adapulation. I'm sorry, it's just bothering me.
Wait a minute, what?
So I switched my stream setup around, and like nobody could hear what I was saying when I was on the key before, because it's muting the audio output from my SDR, and now I'm piping the video and the audio into the computer differently, so it's hearing exactly what I hear, and I don't hear myself when I'm transmitting. So I've got to just change things around and stuff. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm using a capture card and then an actual analog audio output into my Pro Tools sound card, whereas before I was just sending it over my network.
Learn the code!
Hey, back in my day, we knew code!
I honestly thought that was Clark doing that part when I first saw that.
Nope, I can totally do the crotchety old man voice.
Your crotchety old man voice on that video, though, sounded like Clark's crotchety old man voice for some reason.
Are you trying to get Clark to come out here?
Oh my God! And do you hear the audio in that video though? It's all like aliased and like crapified, being that I was using a program from like the early '90s. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's great.
I think it disguised things.
Former for the audio in that.
Crap is an art form, as you know.
Oh yeah, and I missed what you said, Chris.
I said, didn't you use a modified Heising transformer to create the audio for that video?
No, but had I routed the audio differently, it could have traveled through a modified Heising, or like, you know, some kind of Heising choke. But I didn't go over the air. I just went straight into the computer.
Seeing if that'll bring Clark out or not.
Yeah, you're definitely pushing the button.
Phase rotator, modified Heising, airplanes, urban exploration. What?
AM radio is dead on the broadcast band, except for Clark's area.
So, Dave. Nick was asking me in that Discord server the other day, like, why FM stations have 5 carriers, and I was like, dude, I don't know anything about that stuff. I didn't even know that.
It's because they don't. And I saw the picture, and you need to talk to Clark. Clark might come up with an answer. I mean, there are some defunct digital things that may still be in use in other countries, and somebody might accidentally have an exciter here, because people in radio, like iHeartRadio and the other big conglomerates, don't have anybody looking at stuff, and unless it burns up and the station goes off the air, they don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh.
Signals are these days. It's pretty nuts.
Well, the only thing worse than the commercial signals are the commercials that are on the 50,000 watt AM stations, the crappy like Cars for Kids and some of this other junk. You know, protect your home from home title theft. That's even worse than the Action Guide to Government Auctions, which was out there 20 and 25 years ago. It is really the bottom of commercial crap. But the best is WABC, because now it's owned by a really rich guy. And it's a toy. It's a 50,000 watt toy. And he doesn't care if he makes money, because he's got plenty of money. So he's sticking Cousin Brucey is on. Cousin Brucey is back, and he's on right now. And so what if it doesn't make money, and the experts say nobody cares about the 55 plus people? Good for him.
Yeah, I was talking, I forget, someone here the other day about the death of radio, even FM. Used to be fun in New York. New York had some great radio, even in the late 80s into the early 90s, and I miss it. All the old open format stations and everything, and even like Hot 97 and stuff was fun to listen to back then, because they actually had interesting stuff happening before they sanitized and just collapsed the whole market. It sucks. I grew up on radio and I miss it.
This Rob Rant.
Funk Master Flex Night. Funk Master Flex Night. Funk Master Flex Night.
Yeah, Funk Flex was on his birthday one year, smoking rock on the air. He was like incoherently stammering, and that's a perfect example. Like I listen to all kinds of music, and all that's just gone. There was some crazy stuff.
Funk Master Flex is cool. He does the air horn more than anybody on the radio, dude. He he drops horn with 50,000 watts, man.
Who's got the ID timer?
You do. It's 2 minutes. You gotta wait. Come on.
You guys are on like 5-minute intervals. Where I have like 7 minutes on my timer from the last time.
I've been listening because I've been doing a lot of work down in the dungeon area, and nobody IDs. You get these all-day QSOs, especially on this band. Nobody IDs. They get on the ID, they get off the ID. It's amazing.
One of the things I like on the Anon actually is they built a little ID timer into it. Because on here, it's real easy to get lost on here with the long overs. But the little timer is pretty neat. It just, rings a little, you feed it a wave file, tell it what to play. So I took a little signal generator thing and made my own little double beat tone that's like 400 and 650 hertz, something low and quiet. That's perfect.
W2BTK.
There's a Cormer out there who's whistling. The Cormer, please go ahead now. Everybody's standing by for you.
There's a contest on this evening. I was trying to figure out who was interfering with the people. There was someone talking on 75 right before I came in here, and someone was on Slop Bucket. Of course, I tuned in to see what was going on as a contester. So that may be part of the issue. KC2RGW.
There's a corn tester entering it.
No, you guys suck. It's not 8 o'clock yet.
Oh, come on.
It's official, Mike.
Come on now. Got them all.
At the tone, the time will be 2400 hours UTC.
W2, very weak. AM and AM.
KC2RGW.
Turn DX again.
I'm going to identify again W2BTK on Montana Mountain. That's right.
What the hell's in the soil around there, man? There's really something going on around there.
That people used to navigate to Hillsborough.
What's in the soil up here? Well, lots of, I think there was like a crashed UFO or something like that. That's probably it.
We got nothing but granite and dry, wispy soil right now. There's gonna be like absolutely no help at all coming from my ground here.
Where's Bob? Hey, Bob.
What? Drilling and blasting.
No. You're getting more done than I got done today? I don't think that's right.
Well, I'm still putting handles on this thing. It's drilling and blasting.
Yeah, but they're gonna be straight.
Oh yeah, but I gotta be careful because my downstairs, my shack here is carpeted, so I get chips on the floor. I gotta vacuum it up. It takes a while.
You gotta put a Roger beep in there.
So how about one of these?
You could have that as a key up, but then you need a 7-tone Roger beep, man. Like.
Wait a minute now. How do you feel about putting Chinese parts in that thing?
C3 with the vibra motor on.
All those Chinese parts going into that, Bob.
Well, I guess some of them are Chinese, yeah.
See, the stuff I'm working on's got no Chinese parts, like none, zero. Really, honestly, I think I got not one Chinese part in what I'm working on. Nothing.
See, Dave, Bob's a globalist.
So you're talking about inclusion and diversity, huh?
He's just part of the globalist conspiracy. So he's going to, buy his parts, lowest cost anywhere he can in the world, just to undercut the cutthroat, ruthless American capitalism. It's a cancer.
It's free enterprise, damn it, not capitalism.
Well, it's either or. But yeah, some are Chinese. Some. Well, my transformer and PWM power supply modulator's been made by Antex, made in New Jersey. That's not Chinese.
Yeah, it is.
The engineer who designed it probably was.
Antec bought their cores from some company that mass-produced them with 125 volt pairs of windings on them. They're probably Chinese.
Well, the Antec, the guy that owns the company, I think he's Chinese, but at least they're made here in America.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's probably Anthony.
Well, I got somebody online asking me where you think Antec's getting their supplies. Yes, I just told you. You just got done telling me I didn't sound angry. Now you're telling me I sound angry. Can you make up your mind already?
You're back to angry mode.
I think I'm the same all along.
He's suffering from AM rage.
AM rage, yeah. We gotta make it right. We gotta get on 3885.
Pretty good. You're proud of your boy.
Come on now, let me hear you. Speak up for 3885. No contesting going on here.
You don't hear no stinking contest over your JBL.
Wait, what? What?
We need more Chris's on this channel. Oh, I don't know. I usually clear the frequency. Go, hey, Chris, you fixed your audio. I don't know what happened for about 2 or 3 days there. You had a sock in your mouth. I was playing with the Kenwood 590. That's right. Where were you just listening in the background? Yeah, that's the Kenwood 590. I fired it up for a couple of days to play with. Okay, that explains it. Yeah, the receiver's always on, at least when I'm up here in the North Country. Doesn't sound that bad for a 590, but yeah, no, it's missing. I'm 5 kilohertz audio usually when you hear me on the SDR, so 2 kilohertz less of audio. That'll do it. Yeah, George N2LJO runs one with an audio chain. Sounds about the same as yours. It's okay. I just got up one morning and you're on there like, he's got a sock in his mouth. And hi, Dave. I'll go to the post office when I get home.
Hi, Crayus.
Yes. Hello there, Bill. I got an email from the Gulf Coast Mullet Control apologizing for the interference he caused me last Tuesday.
Well, I reckon they're turning over a new leaf. I heard him on Thursday. I fired up a little bit. I was trying to talk to Clark again, and they fired up again, and Clark left, and I was all upset, and so I turned on Big Blue, and I just spewed like serious diarrhea of the mouth. At legal limit, and that was okay. And then I got bored and I got off the air.
Yeah, I heard all that. Well, I emailed the trustee of the call sign, and I get this semi-apologetic response from him. They want us to stand by while they read the net preamble, and after they read the net preamble, or before actually, they ask if the frequency, we're supposed to stand by and wait for them to ask if the frequency is in use. And then if they hear us crying, oh, we'll go down 5 kc. So I emailed them back, you should just move the whole thing down. So I tried. And I actually got a response this time.
Every good net has a net controller that has enough brains to have an alternate frequency. If they can't figure that out and this frequency is busy, then they're lids.
Well, I email that out. They can hear it. It must have been 10, 15 years ago that there weren't going to be any more nets on 3885, you know, like a piston motor net and this and that and the other thing. And, you know, I hipped him to that, and, this, that, and the other thing. So we'll see what kind of response I get from that, if he even bothers. Well, at least I made contact with one of them.
Yeah, it's good. You're the ambassador. Chris is the ambassador. All right, I elect Chris as the. I second that, Chris. And okay on the mail situation, no problem. Just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, it's saying literally next to my to-do list, and it's an item on the list. It'll be taken care of when I get back from the North Country, which I'm going to have to get back from the North Country pretty soon because it's going to get cold. It's snowing really fast.
Yeah, well, I got a subterranean thing where I have a whole second set of measurements that need to take place, so that's the only reason I was missing that particular device, but okay.
It'll find its way back.
Watch Trump's nomination episode and...
Alright.
Right.
Alright.
W1RQA. This is a new call sign. Hello, welcome. It's W2BTK with a little bit of a group here. You're sounding good. Good.
It's George. Good evening, George.
Hello. Yeah, Billy, if you were listening, what I actually said was W1LQA, but I'll forgive you of this one.
Oh, LQA. I'm sorry. I totally heard an R. I don't know what that was about. Sorry.
I'm just going to take that back.
We're trying to identify on the 10s, W2VW.
W2BTK.
W1LQA.
So, first person to get Clark to do a hillbilly voice wins.
I was hypnotized by the Blu-ray.
Oh, that used to be into FFL. I wonder what happened to his Kenwood. There's a conspiracy there. Someday the bright light of truth might be shined upon that situation. Thank you and have a nice day.
What's his status? Is he in a home or is he room temperature?
Yeah, he's SK.
Okay, because I heard two different reports.
No, he's definitely no longer with us.
Yeah, that sucks.
His YouTube channel's still up, though. He's got a video of you, Chris, and Bob.
Oh! From the FU Barbecue number 2, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, that story hasn't been completed yet as far as public disclosure, but I'd like to help out. I'd like to help the whole world in general who might want to know about that.
What, the story of the FU Barbecue number 2 or the story of Ron?
No, the story of Ron.
He was a nice guy.
You know, he was okay. Never forget when I gave him that audio clip of Where Are the White Women At?
Oh, I love that movie. I used to, he was one of my regulars on Simplex. I've been to his house a few times, and it was terrible the year he had passed because I lost track of him in the move when I moved north, and then I knew he wasn't doing well.
I talked to him over email a couple of times, but I didn't find out. I think until I got back on AM, actually. I think Bob or one of you guys told me that he was gone, and I actually went digging to get find the obituary to verify it, because I was surprised more of the local guys that knew him hadn't said anything to me. It was kind of weird.
I heard he gave up on 75 meter AM because of what was going on in a certain part of the AM window.
That I don't know. I just know he had terrible health problems. You know, what the main thread is.
Yeah, I'd heard that. He became discouraged with what was going on. I've seen the video.
Tonight, I did enough work today.
You can create it and really good at it.
He was active on 10 meter AM for a while, and he's contacting people all over the place. I could just hear him here.
Well, that's a nice place to operate when it's open.
Yeah. Anybody considering doing anything in the future with their AM ham station should really include 10 meters, or they're going to miss out on the most fun that you can possibly have on this mode. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Well, I was very disappointed in the last Sunspot cycle. I was in Carmel at that point, in that little house, but I had good antennas up, and when the hell did that peak? A couple of years after I moved in there. That was a disappointment. I didn't really get a lot of good 10 meter activity at that time. I'm hoping for it to be better this time around.
I'm hoping it's the same as it was or better, and that's what I'm going to shoot at, technically.
I thought it was kind of sucky, personally, but I don't know if you were on the air in the late 60s, early 70s, me. It was a couple of huge sunspot peaks back in those days.
Now, I worked the world on AM in 1987 and 1988, like shooting fish in a barrel, all on AM. I didn't really get on SSB a whole lot. And when stuff peaked out in 2013, it wasn't as good, but I had more fun because I had a better antenna and a better location, and I was able to operate the hours that I needed to make it happen.
When that late 80s cycle was going on, I was mobile freebanding, and I used to get off work pretty late and sit in my truck at the top of Atlantic Highlands at the Hofbrau House restaurant, the overlook over New York. And I worked Australia, I worked Japan, I worked all over the world out of my car on freeband, just on the 555 for the most part in that area. Just sitting in my car at night, late at night. It was pretty cool. I've never seen a cycle like that since I've been AM.
The two cycles before that were even better. But I operated that. So that's when I was living in the apartment in White Plains, New York, and it's not for an antenna, except for 10 meters. I had a good CB and 10 meter antenna up. But then a lot of mobile. I had one of the first unit in HR 2510s, barefoot on 10 meters in my car, and I had it in my work truck, and my God, that was great working the world on 10 meters AM with, 10 watts. It was a lot of fun.
What about CB?
Problem with working dog x-ray on CB is that it's almost always hello and goodbye type of thing. I can hear you, you can hear me, and then nobody leaves that frequency, and it's just a mess, because it's a mess. I can hear you, you can hear me. It's exactly like, contest exchange, which is okay if that's what you're into, but if you want to talk to somebody about what the hell they're doing, or what they're building, or what they're going to buy, or how the divorce lawyer is shaping up, you need to be able to get on YAM with a signal.
Yeah, that's all the rag tune was AM. It was all the 5 boroughs, and I had a heck of a signal sitting up there on top of that hill. But yeah, all the rag tune was AM for sure on the main 40 for the most part. 32 was the local one that I was on all the time, and can't remember the one that was all over in Brooklyn and Queens. Wasn't 17, that was the Big Shore. Can't remember what it was though.
Hi, I'm back.
Mikey likes the CB.
That's right there, buddy.
Yeah, Mikey, you want to do some CB sometime? We can get on and we can talk with some of the mud ducks.
I would have to do something about getting the meters.
Hey, you don't have a CB?
I have old CBs in the box in the garage, and I'm not going to dig them out if they're all garbage. But I could do a little modification to 300.
No. You don't want to do that.
Hey, when I get on CB, get a nice Johnson Viking 500 or a Valiant.
That ain't talking.
I hear tell a Johnson Death Kilowatt works good on CB too.
I heard a guy that did that one time, and he had people going nuts.
You know what? Running the desk?
Well, it tunes up. Yeah, I mean, the Johnson Kilowatt tunes up just as well on 10 meters as it does on 75. I mean, not even 1% worse.
So the plate RF choke doesn't go Chernobyl when you load it up on 11 meters?
No, not at all. 11 meters was a band back then.
Isn't that one of the ones that's 11 on the front panel on the band switch?
Instruction. In the manual, if you operate at near 25 megacycles, so I figured 11 meters might be off limits.
12 meters might be, but not 11. No, 11 was a band. I mean, when did the Kilowatt come out? 1956? Maybe 55. I'm not sure. But no, if your AM transmitter didn't work on 11 meters, I mean, you couldn't sell it, you know? That would have been un-American.
Well, I guess I'll have to try to get on 10 meter AM with it this winter. Can an IMAX 2000 stand a Johnson Kilowatt?
I would not do that. W2 very weak.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Maybe a 5/8 metal or something. C2RGW.
Yeah, you get yourself a nice Mako. That would probably work.
Or Chris, find a high tree and put a vertical dipole up. Make it if you want it to be 10 and 11 meters, make it 40 feet. If it's only 11 meters, make it 44 feet. And you feed it with open wire line and pull it away to your favorite antenna coupler, and you're done. And that'll work better than any CB antenna. Some of the ridiculous crap that people sell as CB antennas, and they've got morons thinking they're great. It's unbelievable.
Well, I have an IMAX 2000, and I'm less than pleased with it. When I was in that little house in Carmel, I actually did that. 42-foot vertical wire fed the center with open wire line, going right 90 degrees, da-da-da-da-da. And that was good. And then I hung a quad loop. I made a spider, spider web support for the wire, and hung a full-wave vertically polarized loop with open wire line coming away to a 90-degree angle. And that actually worked better because I hoisted it up about 90 feet in a tree.
Yeah, that's the secret if you want surface wave cues, man. 90 feet in a tree, now you're talking.
I had one of the 5/8 waves for 10 meters. I never really got it fully mounted. I don't even know who wound up with it when I moved. I gave it to somebody, but that thing was built like a tank. If you want a crazy 5/8 vertical for 10 or 11 for that matter, that thing is built like an absolute tank. KC2RGWR.
The problem with all that stuff is it's 5/8. But counterpoise isn't 5/8, and you don't get the full pattern that you would get out of 5/8 over 5/8.
Yeah, the matching system knows really well when you're on that thing. I think it's a Gamma, if I remember right, really heavily built.
It's probably got a stub, but again, if you've got a heavy piece of 5/8 wave aluminum vertical in the air, and you don't also have an effective 5/8 wave counterpoise, then it's a waste.
Get good capture already out of it for receiver.
And what do you call that antenna system, Dave?
Quad loop with open wire line worked better than any metal or wire vertical I ever had on 12 through 10 meters. It just, essentially the driven element of a quad. Man, that thing rocked. I may do that up here.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get that going, Chris. You mean the duck crusher, Billy?
Yeah, the duck crusher.
That's a cool handle.
And I'm back in the bushes.
I was talking to Ada about that guy today.
He's something else. He pops up all over the place. Like, he's always at that Sussex Ham Fest. I remember I saw him at like a Wendy's one time on my way into Long Beach. I was like, what the hell are you doing? He was there with Steve Nasty Boy. N-A-S-T-I-E-Y B-O-Y-P-A. Nasty Boy or no, P-A-N-A-S-T-I-E-Y B-O-Y. Panasty Boy.
Now I know my ABCs and 1, 2, 3.
What?
You ever see, I mean, this might sound a little weird, but, you ever see people that gravitate to other people, if you will? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of them that gravitates to other people, and you see those other people, and it makes you say, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He's all over the place, though. It's funny. I have some really funny recordings of the CB. Of him, like, on his base station. We were in Clifton at the post office, and that's where he lives. He's on his base, and my buddy was driving out on the turnpike somewhere, and he was cutting him off bad. And it made a very, very funny recording.
I think I stopped this CB talk. I'm going to buy a CB radio.
It's not so much CB as it is, I'm not even going to say what it is. You don't want to hear it.
They call him Messy Jesse.
Yeah, that's about enough. But just to see him become fast friends with people, various entities that I've seen over a period of a few years says a lot. Thank you and have a nice day. Next subject.
You're looking for a tram or a Browning. What are you doing?
There's a guy in Middletown, Red Bank area that used to have an amp with a tube with handles on it in the back of a minivan. Is that guy still kicking around? He used to be on 11 meters, because he lived about 2 to 3 miles from me. And when that guy would tee up, it would basically blank out the whole band.
You mean Mustang?
Handles on them in their vans.
Oh, you beach bum.
No. People don't hear him. You're talking about Mustang, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's on it, and there's, I don't know if it's the Dave Made site. Someone has a picture of the amp the guy built. I think he built his own amp. And I'm pretty sure it's like a 3CX 3000, something at least that big. I can't remember, it's been a long time, but it was a crazy amplifier basically mounted inside a minivan.
Yeah, I don't know about the minivan part, but yes, I remember him. I wasn't active then. I used to listen a lot. And I ran into him on the internet in a few places. He's an okay guy. I have some friends that are friends of his. We go on and on about his exploits of melting antennas and this, that, and the other. So he was an RF warrior, we're certain. And a whole lot more interesting Well, the current people you'll find there.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. I'm sure it's probably just a disaster area. I'm just surprised that, like, if someone knows how to build an amp like that, that they don't get on, ham radio and do that. It's a lot broader horizon.
I don't know if he built his own stuff. I don't think he did. I think probably Dave did it for him. But that's a problem, because there's a lot of those guys that would like to get on right here. The only thing is that they haven't done their homework, and they're afraid they're going to sound stupid. That's their biggest fear. And it is a legitimate fear, because yes, they do sound stupid when they get on the air. And people will see right through them. So good luck.
By stupid, you mean technically inept or ill-mannered and inappropriate for the new audience?
Technically inept. We're talking about beyond that. I mean, not only technically inept, but technically loaded with things that just don't work, but convinced that they do.
Oh, that's bad. But honesty is the best policy, especially if you're looking for an Elmer. Come right out and say, hey, I'm not technical. I want to learn. I need to learn, Help me with this stuff, but don't regurgitate the crap that you learned how to in your previous life, or regurgitate the crap from you. That's my biggest challenge as an Elmer. It's students, candidates who regurgitate the crap that they get on the internet about radio.
Yep.
Chris, yes. I'm way past that. I could send you recordings, and you'd probably just want to phew.
Yeah, but I was on YouTube and I saw a BBI video, and he said.
What about the requesters?
It's the habit of the jargon. They're not used to just talking to people like people through a radio, which is another hard habit to break too.
There was a guy out here from Farland the other night on I Am. He wanted to know how about it. He was calling his buddy, how about it?
Yeah, you can hear stuff like that. That's not technical ineptitude. That's poor language skills.
True. I changed the subject. W2VW. I won't do it again, Chris.
That's okay. Well, I'm going to change the subject by getting out of here. And, Jesus, the sunset 2 hours ago. I missed the sunset over Fort Drum. I got about 3 or 4 more days up here. I can't wait. Tuesday morning, I think they start war games up here at Fort Drum. This location is the turnaround point. I'm due east of Fort Drum. It's going to be a little old buzzard that I'm going to sign. Well, they're starting a big program. I saw the local news the other night. Big war games exercise starting, I think, Tuesday morning here. They've been warming up for it for about a week. They fly from Fort Drum right about to this mountain. And this mountain, where I'm sitting now, is the turnaround point for the jet jockeys and whatever the hell else they're flying. And then they head back. But I noticed, and oh boy, the locals are pissing and moaning about it. I haven't heard it up here in 40, 50 years. The jet jockeys from Fort Drum have reintroduced the sonic boom. Oh, man. I haven't heard that in years. So they're getting geared up for some serious stuff. So my last couple of days up here, I'm going to get to enjoy all of that. Hey, see you all later. W2JBL Portable 2 in the Adirondack Mountains. Now signing off and clearing. Good night, Herb, W2VJZ, wherever you are.
Catch you later. I'm Gabriel 2. It's TV time. Have a good night, guys. KC2RGW.
Good night, Chris. Good night, Chris. I played baseball at Camp Drum once. And I remember when it was in the middle of nowhere before they were deploying people, and the whole entire town was empty, even though it wasn't. Good night.
Hey, see you later, Chris and Chris. Catch you next time. I was watching JBL's YouTube videos the other day. I saw a video of him driving like a complete nut in his hot rod Chevy there. That was pretty funny.
Well, thank you for watching.
I've seen that on a big screen TV with the audio experience.
Easy.
It looked like we were going down the road through the windshield, except there was no tint at the top of the screen.
Today, but in a Ford Exploder, which felt like it was going to tip over.
Yeah, I would think you might have taken a little longer to get down the road in that.
Yeah, it did, but I'll be back. I've got to redo that video. The car was overheating. It was leaking oil all over the place. And it was 92 degrees and 100% humidity. The horsepower was way down. Next spring, I'm going to take another shot at it. They're going to repave the rest of the road. You know, all the way down to the end of it in Port Wyden. So they'll hopefully there'll be a version 2 of that. Anyway, 7-3 W2JBO. Good night.
Good night. Nice talking to you, Chris and Chris. I gotta go check the barometric pressure.
Okay. I'll be here. Everybody kind of dipped out. That's all right. Still got the stream going. I might have to do the same thing in a minute. W2BTK 3885.
N3TQW, doing my part in polluting or electromagnetically polluting the airwaves. Good evening.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, we're just hanging in here. I just came in from outside, fixing the landscaping lights. It seems like about every so often I have to get the word from the better half, say, hey, there's 2 lights that are out. Can you fix them? Well, can't you tell me that when, like maybe the night before, if you notice that? Don't tell me during when it's already dark out when I have to sit there and fumble with those things?
Man, I'm living in, I just work now. I get home and do what I need to do, and it's not quite dark, and then I sit down to hang out, and then it's dark. But soon enough, it's gonna be dark as soon as I get home. Like, you know, it's just. At least we don't live in Sweden. It gets dark and it stays dark there.
Well, Sweden is not that far north, I wouldn't think. Maybe from the shadows of the mountains.
I was there, not in the wintertime, which is when it's like dark for a long time, but in the summertime, and it was trippy because the sun never goes down. It goes down and it's just about to set, but then it just like hangs there for a while, and it never fully goes down. It just starts coming up. I have videos. We were there at my brother got married in Sweden. We were had a little party afterwards, and it was like, you know, midnight or shortly after midnight, and like the sun was coming back up. Like, it was still basically light outside. It was just weird.
Never experienced that in that part of the world, but I have experienced the same thing out in Alaska. When I was doing a job up there, it seems like it gets nice and bright outside during the day, and then the sun will just like creep out. It actually just rotates, honestly. It seems that's how it works. And at nighttime, the sun's like I don't know, not an orangish red, but it just stays up all the time. I mean, you wake up in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock in the morning and the sun's out. But I tell you what, they have some vegetables. When they grow vegetable gardens up there, their vegetables are like 3 or 4 or 5 times larger than what we can grow over here on the East Coast.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't deal with that. I know they have like blackout curtains and stuff. They had the place we were staying in Sweden had the blackout curtains and stuff. They worked okay, But man, like I don't know. I guess you'd get used to it. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, the 2 weeks I was up there, I could not get used to it. I mean, yeah, they had the blackout curtains in the hotel room, but still, you have that light just filtering off the sides of the curtains. You couldn't really block it out. So it's something you had to deal with. But once you fall asleep, you're asleep. But as soon as you wake up, use the restroom or get a drink of water or whatever, Now you're up and you still see this light just, coming off the sides of the curtains.
Yeah, you gotta get like some Velcro or something, I guess, if you want to get serious. But I don't know. It reminds me of when I used to work, like, overnight and stuff, and you'd get home and the sun was coming up and it was like time to go to bed, It's just such a... When you're not used to it, it's a crappy feeling,
No. Wait till you get old.
Oh.
That's a whole different story there.
Once you get over 50 and you got to work overnights and mix it up with days and stuff, it takes you 2 or 3 days to get back to normal. And if you weren't normal to start with, it takes even longer. Love you two very weak.
I did too many stints and working all nights and all days. I just can't do it no more. Used to do it when I was younger. Matter of fact, that was like an exciting thing to do, actually. And as time went on, it became a drag.
I do that now, and it's already rough. W1LQA.
Hey, good evening. I almost forgot. I've been up since 4 a.m. Started at 6 this morning. Did a shutdown, and I was home by 11:30. But man, I've been up for a while. Hi, Boo Boo. My cat's talking.
God damn, Billy. 50 over.
Uh-oh.
PTK?
I'm 50 over. I should, maybe there's a problem with my equipment.
I gotta get me one of them. Love you two very weak.
He said I'm only 50 over.
Well, Ben's starting to go long, so I can see how you're only 50 over. There's nothing you can do about that. Unless you could come up with a really big amplifier or something. But it'd have to be big.
That's what I need. I need an amplifier.
I was thinking about getting me one of them. Me one of them amplifiers, Billy?
I know a guy for that. You might know him yourself.
You got yourself one of them amplificators?
I'm thinking, what if I get me an AL811 and hook it up to this here old transmitter you have? What do you think? How would that do?
Well, you would be able to, I mean, that's like the #1 rated QRM setup on the, QRMinfoexchange.com. What?
I gotta do that. I think we're gonna go out and get me a brand new, shiny new AL811. I'll get on here and kick some ass.
That was like me when I got on the CB. I was like, I'm gonna get a 2-transistor amplifier and I'm gonna go out and do something. And then I did that and I was like, oh well, I guess that's not enough. So then I got a bigger one and I was like, all right, now I'm gonna go out there. And you know I still got keyed on by Scrappy Doo 922.
Billy, you need to be politically CB correct. It's a 2-pill amplifier. Now
6s and 2 9s.
2 6s and 2 9s. I would shut my radio off when he would come out, man. Daryl, forget it. You ain't talking.
I remember those days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was that Steve out there?
Oh, me? No, this is Billy. W2BTK, a.k.a. 631.
Oh, I meant to say Dave. I know you, Billy. Everybody know you. Hello, Dave.
Yeah, hi, Daryl. I was going to say Steve. No, man, you need a bigger speaker.
No, I got it right. Just, brainstorm.
That's all right. You're entitled to that. I've been listening on here, and, yep, there aren't words for that. Anyway, like I said last time, we got friends out here, and a wise man once told me when things go really bad, you got to keep on doing what you're doing and keep heading the way you're heading, and try not to miss a beat. I don't know what that's like because I haven't been there. I've been in some other places that aren't too cool, but hopefully you get through. You'll never get over that, but hopefully you get through, and again, you got friends here. We can commiserate.
I appreciate it, Dave. Appreciate that thought. Okay, then. Well, I'm gonna sit back and drink me a cold one now, and this mic feel cold. All right, then. Sound good down here. KD2AFL. I'll be listening in.
Daryl, what kind of beer did you go get to replace your Corona, the crappy Corona?
That you got there, man. That's not as good as that Hispanic one, that Gattez. I like that. Those Gattez transmitters.
Yeah, you was doubling with Billy. I couldn't get all that.
Billy, you gotta cut that out. Stop flattening me, bro.
I'm sorry. I just want to know what kind of beer he went and got.
I got the Corona Light. I told him I don't want this Premier crap. Give me the light.
I don't think Premier, you don't see that very often. I don't think it's got a whole lot of alcohol in it. I think it's got more something. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like it. I exchanged it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, anyway, like somebody else said, after 8 of them, I get better.
Yeah, I can see me now. 8 of them, and drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, me and you be on here talking Spanish.
Yeah, I'd be on like that guy last night. Some guy had all kinds of sirens and cursing and saying all kind of crazy stuff. Strong signal, but I don't know who he was.
Yeah, I heard some of that. I was listening to you and I heard you mention that, and then I tuned down there and I heard the recap of the Bob and Timtron show, which was actually a good record. I mean, it didn't sound like them, but it was a good recording as far as content went. Somebody doing their Mainer accent. It was actually entertaining, although I don't want to comment on unidentified broadcasts, although it's a daily event here.
Yeah. I don't know what he was running, but he was strong. All right, then. Dave, take care. Billy, I'll be listening. My daughter's sending me something through the phone, so let me see what she wants. 73, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, Daryl. Good to hear you.
On that badass T368 transmitter.
Yeah, but he's got one of them Gattez transmitters. You know about them?
No.
They're, Harris bought them. It's Gattez. Gates.
reminds me of Boo Boo.
Boo.
El Gato.
Gato.
El Gato. On here and give me the low register challenge. You know, give me your lowest note that you can do cleanly, and then I'll keep going.
Alright, man, I gotta warm up first, but I could probably give you a run for your money.
Really?
Yeah, I know my natural speaking voice doesn't sound very loud, but I used to sing professionally, so, and I was a bass.
You used to be a bass. What happened?
I stopped.
So you stopped singing. My dad was a vocal instructor, choral director, and professionally trained musician, player, blah, 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 on top of other things. I've seen a lot of vocalists, heard a lot of vocalists, and that's intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a long time since I've sang, but I am a musician. I was jazz trained musician, learned how to play all the wind instruments, so I can play all the brass winds and all the saxophones and the clarinets, the tubas and the trumpets and all that stuff. And then I got into singing and then acapella. You know, I can do the vocal percussion, the beatboxing, and I sing bass. And then when I graduated, I did that in late high school. We went to, you know, some championships and that kind of stuff. And then when I graduated, I toured with, I joined a professional group and toured for a couple of years until the economy tanked. That's why I stopped, was because the economy tanked and we couldn't afford to tour anymore. So I had to come home and get a job.
Yeah, gotcha. You got to make print money. Very interesting, and good to hear somebody on that can hear, because if you can sing, you have to be able to hear. That's a whole different level. People who can hear stuff, which is intriguing, because there are a lot of people can't hear stuff. What?
I mean, yeah, being able to, I mean, yeah, you know, to this day I still listen to music, you know, as a musician, but yeah, it's been you know, real life took over, so I was real big into it when I was young. That's why, you know, I learned all those instruments, I learned music theory, I could still read sheet music and all that stuff. I sang, I did arrangements, you know, I composed, all that stuff, and then I toured, and then, you know, I graduated in 05, toured until, you know, mid-08, and then that's when we went into the recession there, and then the group fell apart. We all had to go home and get jobs, and then I've just been focused on, you know, on working and having a job for the last, 12, 13 years now, so I haven't done much in the way of music because of that.
N3 TQW.
What? 3 TQW, go ahead. Good evening. W2 very weak.
Hey, how you doing, Dave? Yeah, I was on there just temporarily with Billy. I just wanted to throw the call out there because it was time for me to send it.
Ah, so you're just IDing because you're tuned up.
No, I've just been waiting patiently to, chime on in with the call sign. I already came on the air about almost 10 minutes ago. So,
you know, don't do bad. I often sandbag for a good 20 minutes before I throw my call out there. By the way, W1LQA, and hello, Dave. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, okay. Tim and LQA. Good stuff. Well, the band is kind of medium to going long. You guys are both doing okay. So, I don't want to monopolize things because my transmitter has drifted. I'm like, wow, check this out. I should really jerk this thing.
I drifted further than that, though. Crap.
Put it directly into the trash can.
Speaking of low voice, here, Dave, can you finish the sentence? I'm going to do this real quick. WA1.
H. I look at it as technical expertise, and effort expended. Expended. Is that right? Is that a word? Anyway, I'll give him a pass. He's making a real effort on doing stuff to promote AM and all that crap, so I'll just keep my opinions to myself for now. I'm just going to be quiet, Billy. Why would I even get on the air with my attitude?
I don't know. You should get on and just like start keying up and talking about something else to somebody who also just keyed up and like just do that.
You hear Tim out there? Tim, I think Tim's using a vertical. Is that right?
I hear nothing.
Nothing. Maybe I remembered wrong. I don't know.
I think I heard a tumbleweed.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Say what?
Somebody keyed up?
Keyed up?
I think you did just now.
Oh, I didn't know if somebody was talking. Somebody PW.
I'm gonna go with a strong no.
You know what I found, Billy?
What?
I might actually get on 3885. I get bored enough of not being on 3885. Let me see here. Wait a minute. I gotta get my waveform adjusted properly. I cut back on my modulation level earlier. Hello. 55555. Yeah, I gotta rebuild this stupid QSC modulator, man. It's bumming me out. It's blowing my mind. Yeah. It's like randomly these two channels. If I get right to the threshold of where the signal lights go on, channel 1 is more sensitive than the other. I can't make it overmodulate now. Never mind. I give up. It's transistors. I'm going to choke this thing. That's it. I've had enough.
But you've got a Symmetrix 525 in front of it. How could that be?
This thing, I'm telling you, it's got a different personality than my 525 that I had. I think maybe aliens abducted the 525 that I had because they didn't like the sound of the rock band that was using it. And they took it back to their planet and they spent 1,000 years with it because they're aliens and time doesn't matter because space-time continuum is nothing to them. It's the blink of an eye, like in the good book. And they brought it back and the thing worked really, really well. And then the guys that had it in the band sold it to me for $50 30 years ago because they didn't understand how great it was. And I got it, and then it got old and some of the capacitors dried out because the aliens don't have really good capacitors. And it worked better than this one, but this one works okay.
Oh, that's a letdown. I thought that thing would be good. It was cheap. The thing, it was missing a knob. And I believe it came from some type of like pro audio auction site, and like not eBay, in other words. Like I got it through some other means, long time ago in college. I always liked the way it sounded. It's slow. It's a little bit slow. That's the only thing I noticed. Like the there's either, I can't remember. There's either no attack time or no release time on that thing, or maybe both.
The attack you can't play with, the release you can. But I'm about to get back to my low-level AM station, and that's way more forgiving than this crap. Any mistakes with this thing and something becomes unhappy because they've got all these magnetics involved.
Yeah, I guess it's been a while since I've heard you on your Yakimo.
I could flip over to it like almost instantly.
Well, if you think that'd be fun, do it. But you're doing just fine right now.
No, I don't want to do that. Anyway, N3TQW, we're not doing the round table, turn it over to or whatever. So say something.
I'm just copying the mail is all I'm doing. So, anyhow, I was gonna mention something and I just lost my train of thought.
We have achieved our goal.
And you're very well at doing it too. I was going to say something and I just totally forgot what I was going to say.
And this is really an experiment. Thank you for that feedback, sir.
Well, you did 100% there. You got 100% on that. Oh, well, I'll remember what I was going to say here shortly.
Yes. Are you using a vertical?
No, I is not.
What is your antenna?
It is a 135-foot long wire with a end-fed couple tuner in the attic.
So you got an end-fed antenna. And I assume a homebrew coupler?
That is correct.
Because they don't sell one that won't burn up.
Yeah, this has got a pretty large coil on it, a pretty large capacitor, and it's set up where I can actually, I have it tuned where I can actually use it on 80 and 40 without having to run up there to with an analyzer just to set the thing up.
I understand that better than you might think about one band versus another and only minor changes. That's great. Well, you're getting results.
Yeah, what was a really good test is when what was it, 2 weeks ago when we were on here with and Tim jumped in, and I don't know what kind of signal I was giving him up there, but he made a mention about if I can get something better up, I can swing a little bit further north. So I've been just like kicking around in my head, with the amount of real estate that I have, maybe put something else up. Probably put maybe an 80-meter dipole and maybe just bend the ends down, or just do a what do you call it, off-center dipole possibly. I'm not sure. I'm just throwing stuff around.
Well, how's your garbage? Do you have a lot of computers and maybe neighbors and electronic switching supplies and crap, or are you in the middle of no place?
No, I'm actually in the neighborhood. The unfortunate thing that I have, and I've been noticing this for the last, and I'm basically going to probably drop the hammer down on it, but a few years back, Snyder's of Hanover, they got their plant just north of me, about less than a mile from where I live. They took, I don't know how many acres, like 28 acres, and they put a solar farm up. And it seems like right when the sun is, when the sun's coming up, I can hear it on the 80-meter and 75-meter band. You get this hash sound, and then it will disappear once the sun goes down. So it's not bad on some days, but if I try to use it on 80 during the day for local stuff, I get about anywhere between 5 to 6 S units worth of noise from that doggone thing. And then once the sun goes down, it just disappears. It just fades in the woodwork. Now I don't have that problem with 40 or 20, but just for 80. And it's I don't even hear it on the broadcast band. So that's one of the things I'm dealing right now. Now the other issue I did have is my router upstairs. The little wall wart decided to start making a hell of a lot of noise, and that thing was giving me like 30 over worth of crap on the air. I couldn't even hear anything, so I ended up coming down here in the basement. Actually, I went outside with a transistor radio, walking around the house trying to find out where this was coming from. I thought it was from the meter itself. They just upgraded about 3 years or 4 years ago with a new upgraded electronic meter, service meter there, and I plugged the radio to that, and I thought, well, that's where my problem was. And I just took it a step further and started just flipping breakers off. As soon as I flipped the third breaker off to the library upstairs, bingo, she just dropped. And I said, well, that's my problem. So I went up there and investigated that and found out that little wall wart, the little 12-volt, 2-amp wall wart was just, it was going out to lunch. I mean, actually it was going out to lunch on that router up there. And as soon as I unplugged it from the router and tried to plug it back in again to see what happens, it wouldn't even bring the router up. But yet it was just generating a whole bunch of noise. So I ended up having to rob Peter to pay Paul with one of those things and just cut the end off of it so I can use the existing end off the original power supply and put it on the new one so it would fit into the connector that router. And ever since I've done that, bingo, everything's been pretty all quiet except for during the daytime when that solar farm is just cranking away. W2VW, this is N3TQW.
Roger. Well, probably want a symmetrical antenna, paying very close attention to balance to get rid of neighborhood crap. That's what works. I've got lots of neighborhood crap here. And I also have a telescoping tower. When I put the tower down and things get unbalanced, I can't even SWL on this band without use of my magnetic loop, which works very well. It's designed to null out offending stations from a certain geological area or geographical area of people who show up on 3885 and think they have the frequency reserved day, night, afternoons, every day of the week, because they use the code word brother. Some religious cult, I don't know. It's really sick and it's weird. But anyway, I digress. Balanced antenna and balanced receiving antenna. And you can put a loop on the ground. I've had square loops on the ground, 1,000 feet of wire, and you break one of the sides of the loop and you bring it in with TV twin lead to a TV 75 ohm to 300 ohm balun, and you run that into your receiver. All that kind of stuff works pretty well. Yes, thank you, Tommy. Brother Stair, yes, Brother Stair. Brother Stair is what, 87 years old, and he's in prison, but he's still broadcasting. So you try to match that someday. Balance. I like balanced stuff for getting rid of local noise and local crap. And it's disgusting that the pretzel people, they're making pretzels. Like, everybody likes pretzels. Although it drives my blood pressure crazy. Unlike pickles, which don't affect me at all. Although some people will argue that. But that's only on the internet. They don't really exist. The Snyder's pretzel people would actually transmit crap while they're trying to make pretzels for the world to enjoy. That's really disgusting. I mean, I thought pretzels were sacred and it was Americana and everything. And, George Washington fought for pretzels, and I don't know what to say. I don't think there's any hope, Billy. I really don't.
Well, yeah, I can't believe they would do something like that. I got a really nice, quiet noise floor here with no crap. So, how about that, Dave?
You got no noise?
I got no noise.
Nice.
But you're talking.
And it's well, that's a really good thing. You know what I'm saying? Man, I am tired as hell. Been up since 4 a.m. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. You usually do 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m.
We've been starting 6:30 the past week or so. We're doing 6 a.m. start for a while. Today we started at 6 a.m. So, you know, I was going hard at 6 a.m. We busted it out. I mean, we had all day to do that. We were done at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so do they give you like you show up, you get 8 hours or what?
Today is a little funny. He said we're definitely gonna get at least 6, maybe 8. But the guy who was there with me, who's like, you know, the foreman on my job, he wasn't putting in the time. The actual project manager was putting in the time, but he's really cool, so he might give us all 8 hours. I know that they made a lot of money on that job. I was there for one day with another guy doing all the prep work and like everything, and I think they had figured like 2 days or something, and then, you know, we came in today and blew it out. So I would imagine they're gonna pay us for 8 hours.
Does that include time and a half?
Yeah, today was time and a half for sure.
Alright, if you, well, I'm just gonna ask the question. So you're gonna get time and a half. Let's say if you work tomorrow, you go over 49 hours, and you give you double time.
If I work tomorrow, it's double time.
Alright, so there's not really a set hourly rate. So let's say you work up to the 49th hour. Anything over 49 hours, you'll get, you know, double time. I mean, I've had that, you know, many a times. You know, the companies I work for, and you know, we would work anything over 8 hours. The 9th hour was time and a half, and then when we got to the 49th hour, anything over 49 hours was double time. That's if we didn't work Sunday.
Well, it works a little differently with us. So, you know, during the week, Monday through Friday, you work 40 hours. It's straight time. You work per day, right? You can work 8 hours in a day, straight time. You work any more than 8 hours in one day, even if you're just working one day that week. If you're there for 9 hours, one of those hours is time and a half. You know, anything after 8 is time and a half. Doesn't matter how many hours you work that week. So there's that. Any day you come in on a Saturday, it's time and a half. Any day you come in on a Sunday, it's time and a half. You could only work on Saturday that week, have 0 hours until that Saturday. It's still time and a half. So during the week, you know, usually we just work like 5 8-hour days, and it's a straight 40-hour pay. But like, say you stay 2 hours one of those days, you know, you get 2 hours time and a half. Say you only work 3 days out of the week. 2 of the days you work 8 hours, it's all straight time. The third day you work 10 hours, you get 8 plus 2 at time and a half. You know, it's just it's a little different. Like, there's no minimum hours you have to work.
Yeah, that was pretty much set up the way what you described is pretty much what it was set up for us. Now, since I'm, you know, basically management now, and I work more hours than I did when I was an hourly employee, you know, if we put in, well, for example, you know, if we did, let's say, 3 10s, so you got 30 hours there, and then you work another 10, which is 40, okay? Then anything over the 40 hours, you know, it would be time and a half. But let's say you only worked, you know, a 5, a 10, or whatever, and then it gets up to Friday, okay, and you only got 35 hours under your belt. If you had to work that Saturday, and you only did 5 hours, you're only gonna get 40 hours of straight time. That's it, nothing more, and that's all you're gonna get. So it was very hard to get used to when I went from the craft to management, and I still wish I was an hourly employee. It took quite a while to get used to that. Just just working straight 40 hours, and you only get paid the same if you work over 40 hours. So, whatever you do, Billy, if they ever offer you management, don't take it. N3 TQW.
W2 very weak.
Well, maybe once I've been, working with the tools for long enough, my body starts falling apart. The management might not be so bad for a couple of years. W2 BTK. Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about getting up early in the morning. I actually, for 28 years, I've gotten up at 3:30 every morning. And would not get home at about 7, 8 o'clock at night. And that went on quite a bit. Sometimes, I would get home early, like let's say around 2:30 in the afternoon, but a lot of the times I would not get home till after 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And that took a toll on you, literally. And then by the time the weekend came, you were pretty much shot.
Man, I don't know if we talked a lot last winter, but yeah, that was me last winter. But, I was printing money. That's the nice thing about, being in a union trade. You've got your collective bargaining agreement. And if you are killing yourself with all those hours, with zero free time, collapsing on the weekends and stuff, usually, it reflects in your check. That's the nice thing.
Yes, and Uncle Sam loved you as well.
Uncle Sam is your partner, Billy.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was really surprised I actually got money back. I got a tax return this year, and I was trying to play it to break even, or maybe even owe a little bit, I wanted my money in my check. And I was expecting to have to write a little bit of a check this year, but I got money back. Dude, I don't know how it works. Hopefully nobody listening will look into this, but I was kind of surprised.
The way it works is anytime you make a boatload of money in a period of a week, they tax you on that like you're going to make that every week. So you get super screwed. Like, say your company forgets to pay you for a week, right? And they make it up the next week and they add that to your normal pay. Well, they pay you like you're making $300,000 a year, and you get taxed like you're making $300,000 a year for that particular week. So that's way above your normal tax rate, which is going to land up to be way too much. But our government really needs the money, They've got stuff going on.
Man, screw that. If I can't go out somewhere in the world and get myself an interest-free loan, why should they be able to get one from me?
Because they're the government. And that's how it works.
Screw them.
You can't screw the government. No. If you don't want to screw the government, you got to go into politics. And I know you don't have the constitution to go into politics.
I'm just gonna start rioting and looting, and that should solve this, right?
That's right. I'm thinking I want to be a televangelist. I really do have the skill set for it, Jesus needs your money, friends. So give me your money. I'll make sure that Jesus gets it.
My buddy Ben, right? He was adopted. He grew up with a super religious family, right? And we all went away to college, and he disappeared. And I found out he became a priest, and we were like, oh, cool. So we meet up with him a couple years later. He rolls up in this awesome AMG Mercedes thing, nice clothes and everything. We're like, dude, whoa, nice, man. It's what are you doing for work? We thought that you were a priest or something now. He's like, oh yeah, no, I'm a priest now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're gonna be a priest, you gotta have an AMG Mercedes. I mean, who's going to pay attention to a priest with, drives a Hyundai?
The dude was loaded, though.
Guys know about this or not, but there was an evangelist priest out there. I guess his last name was Henny Hen or something like that. And this guy here, he was raking in the money, and it got to the point where questioning him about it. Tax-free, and he was getting questioned about it. He would do his sermons in clothing that cost anywhere between $800 to $1,500, and he had one set of clothing for each sermon that he did throughout the whole entire year. And when he was out of town, he would stay at the most expensive hotels, presidential suites, all the time. And they said, from what I remember when they had a story on 60 Minutes a few years ago about that, he was spending anywhere between $60,000 to $70,000 a week just for living expenses in 3 TKW.
Yeah, but don't you have to do that if you're a priest?
Well, I would just basically, don't flaunt it, just keep a low key, but don't flaunt what they're doing. Because you're just basically just making yourself stand out.
Oh man, guys, I might sign here. I'm getting tired.
I don't blame you. If you're going to do that, you should get on the air at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow for at least a couple of 3 hours.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I should. Yeah, I'd probably do that. I just need to shut it off. I'm starting to space out.
Well, I get that. I'm not far from you. I just took my blood pressure and it's really low. What the hell? I had Chinese food, which has got MSG in it. Unless they ran out of MSG. My blood pressure's good. What the hell?
You got to deal with what I got to contend with. If I get a low blood sugar, because I'm a diabetic, I will actually start yawning and get sleepy and then pass out.
Yeah. You got somebody to wake you up there?
Hopefully the better half will do that. If not, I'm going to be just laying there in limbo state until I get further and further down. Until somebody will find me or scrape me up off the pavement or the sidewalk. That's happened to me a couple of times. Since I'm on an insulin, or I was on an insulin pump, I'm on a new insulin pump now. It really acts like the pancreas. It actually shuts off when my blood sugar's going down to a certain level. And then the CGM, which is the G6, the Dexcom G6, it talks to the pump and says, okay, you're getting too doggone low. In 15 minutes, you're going to be at this particular mark. We're shutting the pump off until you start, until your liver starts producing, natural sugar. And then once it starts rising back up, the pump will kick back on again. And then if it gets too high, then the CGM will tell the pump, all right, let's bolus a little bit more, bring it back down. So I've been on this thing for about, this new pump for about 2.5 months, and I've been pretty much steady. I haven't had any issues with lows like I've been having, or highs. As a matter of fact, I can go a whole day without eating now, without having to worry about crashing. So, but there's been a couple of times where I've actually, the wife would come home, being out with her girlfriends, and I'll be in bed, just totally drenched in sweat, and the bed sheets, the bed itself would be just totally, it'd be basically someone just threw a bucket of water over it. And I would not come around at all, and the only way that she could, get me to come back up or revive me is that either she has to call 911 or she has to get me up with a glucagon pen and it's a big zap of sugar right in your bloodstream. And all of a sudden you wake up not knowing where you've been or how long you've been in that situation. N3TQW.
WFOBW, man. Well, it sounds like that feedback loop was working out for you. That's positive because you get over the edge. I had a family member one time, she got sick and had too much insulin, and trip to the hospital, same thing, they woke her up, happened instantly, and where am I, all that.
I know the first time it happened to me, I actually went to bed, and when you fall asleep, when you get into a deep sleep, you don't know what the heck's happening, and all of a sudden, your blood sugar just dropped. And then about midnight, my wife came home. She was out with her friends, and she said, Rudy looked like he was dead. Your eyes were just asphyxiated. They were open, but they were asphyxiated. Just looking straight ahead. You weren't responding at all. You were just like someone threw a bucket of water on you. I was trying this, trying that, and nothing was working. And
don't want an electric.
The paramedics came out, and they checked me, and that's when they hit me with the glucagon. And it brought me around, and all of a sudden, the room itself, when I came to, it was so bright, because my eyes were dilated. I mean, they were as dilated as you can get. I mean, they were just black, she said. And when I came to, they were still dilated, and the lights in the room were so blinding. I thought I was abducted by aliens, because I seen three individuals looking over me, and I couldn't recognize who they were. You know, I couldn't, facial expressions or anything. I could not recognize anybody. And then finally, as things were starting to come, once my sugar levels were coming up, then I started getting facial recognition. I could see more detail, a lot better. And the nurse says, Rudy, the paramedic says, Rudy, you know what happened to you? And I said, no, I do not. And the guy said, you were down to 9 on your glucose levels. He said, you were so close and hit your maker. And we were fortunate enough to bring you back, from that state. And he said, you need to go see an endocrinologist. And that's when I had to start seeing that person. So that's what actually happened to me. That was the first time. Matter of fact, she just came down. There, I'm looking on the shelf behind me. W2VW. This is N3TQW.
Yeah, it's important to have a good doctor and keep things on the middle of the graph. Well, glad to hear you know what the problem is and you've got the solution. And your XYL doesn't want to kill you. That's important.
Right here has brought me back from almost being dead to alive, right? Twice. Like I said, she actually came home and saw me in a bad state, and she had to call 911. Matter of fact, she actually did you get into an argument with the 911 operators or something? They were telling me? Okay. She wanted someone. I just remember someone was trying to have her get someone over here to get me back to normal again. And I just recall that she was saying that she couldn't. She was getting into an argument with the 911 operator to get someone out here ASAP.
Yeah, I can understand that because 911 operator might have not picked up on the urgency of the situation. Yeah, that can happen. They're people.
Hey guys, I'm gonna tap out. Been real nice talking to you. I'm tired as hell. Gonna go shut it off. So I'll catch y'all. I'll jump on here tomorrow afternoon for a little while and do some more ham radio. So I'll catch you two later. It's W2BTK. Be listening out while I shut everything down.
Roger.
Catch you later, Bill. To get your rest. And heck you will, just sleep in till about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. N3 TQW, 73.
Yeah, good night, Billy. Nice talking with you, and thanks for running the stream and recording and all that other stuff. And go count some sheep. You're working hard. You got to recharge. You got to go back to work in 5 minutes, and good for you, man. So I hope you got your radio fix in, and yeah, if you get on, you know, it's September. The band works in the afternoon, so maybe get on and have some fun. Good night.
Oh, well, Dave, I'm going to go ahead and hop off myself. I got to go up and take care of a few.
Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, we got to get our chat back, though. Let's see. Browse the source. Chat box. There we go. Need my chats.
So thanks for the fine tune. Really nice chat. And talk with you next time. N3TKW and whoever else is out there. This is W2 very weak. Now leaving the air and allowing any nets that want to reserve the frequency. You can fire up now, because we're not here.
All right. Yeah, good stuff. Wow, that looks kind of funny. I'm playing with the NVIDIA broadcast background. Stupid crap. Needs a little work. Or I mean, need better lighting. But anyway, yeah, sorry guys, I haven't been streaming much lately. Been doing a lot of work and getting home. Not much time to myself. I work today, so I have tomorrow off. Try to fire up in the afternoon sometime. I'll probably start up the stream, do a little ham radio, but I've been up since like 4 a.m. I gotta go chill out, watch some TV and shut the brain off. So, yeah, sorry about the streaming schedule as of late, but whenever there's free time available to me to do this, I'm doing it. So I haven't had a lot, but it's not forever. So yeah, definitely, Nick. Thanks, man. Tommy. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll throw this stream up on YouTube. The usual, you know how it goes. And thanks for hanging out, everybody, man. It's good to see you again. And I'll be popping into Discord and stuff. And Nick had a couple questions. I couldn't answer his question about the 5 FM carriers. Yup. Yeah, Tommy, you need any help getting that DX100 going or anything like that? Feel free, man. I'll be checking the Discord. So, yeah, good stuff, guys. I'm gonna shut this thing down. I suppose I always do this and I never rate anybody, but let's see who's on. I guess, well, do you guys want to raid somebody or you want to just go to sleep? I'm not even gonna screw around. I'm just gonna end my stream and I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Oh, it's quiet. Sorry. Is that better? Yeah, sorry. I don't have this thing set up properly yet. I switched around the whole streaming setup. I'm using capture cards and audio inputs instead of my NDI stuff. I don't have it set up correctly, so it's a work in progress. Thanks for reminding me. I had to bring that level up. So, all right, guys. Babbling. I'll see y'all later. We'll see you tomorrow if you want to check in. We're doing a short afternoon stream. Yeah, I downloaded Among Us yesterday. I haven't played it yet, but I want to start checking that out. So good on that. I guess I don't even know what I made my name on Among Us. I think it's just Melvin. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to get your, like, how do you do that? Your Steam ID or whatever. I don't know. But all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. You guys are the best. I'll see you later.